My name is Nick and welcome back to Cabin View Ventures. Today we are talking gardens. I want to show you guys how we built our garden and give you a full tour of the layout. Let's get started. All right, so let's talk dimensions a little bit. So this garden is about 40 feet long by 30 feet wide. There's a little cutout in the back, so it's not a full 40 feet on the other side, but this side is 40 feet all the way back. This front, the width of it is 30. We'll walk around to this side. And then let's walk back. So this is the shorter side. This side is 8, 16. This side's about 32 feet. The other side's 40 feet. We did all this mulch around it this year because last year it was overgrown so bad it was actually growing into the garden. So this back section here is 16 feet. We've got a little L shape, so it goes in 8 feet, down another 16, and then that side was the 32-foot section. So let's head back this way. This mulch around the outside has really helped to keep the weeds down. So definitely recommend that if you're building in the woods. But the construction of the garden itself, these are all, I think they were the 6 to 8 inch posts. I think I got all these at Tractor Supply. And then some of the supports were the 4-inch posts, I think 4 to 5 inch. So we just dug these all down 3 feet because that gets below our frost line. No concrete into any of them. And then your standard garden fencing all around the outside. We built the doors. I need to adjust them a little bit, but I made this doorway wide enough to get my tractor in here with any of my implements on it. And that is one thing I highly recommend if you're building your garden. Make it wide enough that you can get your tractor, your side-by-side, something where you're gonna be, moving materials in and out of your garden. It's gonna make things a lot easier. All right, let's head in. All right, guys, I'm inside the garden. I want to introduce you to my wife, Kelly.
Hello.
So she was the mastermind of all of this. She did all the design, all the layout, all the planning. I just did the construction part of it. So we're going to walk through and she is going to explain everything we did in here. So we'll start off here in the corner.
We found this super cute swing for this space at Tractor Supply for less than $200. I think it's perfect for this corner. It's like a little sitting area. We added some chairs. Dahlias and zinnias are my absolute favorite flowers. So we have a whole area here dedicated to that. Another raised bed will be coming this week to add some more zinnias and dahlias to the space over here.
Who's building this raised bed? I didn't know about another raised bed.
It's easy assembly. I am going to put this one together myself, actually.
And just so you know, we have 15 raised beds in here right now. So we were really busy building raised beds this year.
We had 5 last year, so we really increased our space in here this year.
So this is all flowers over in this area. Right?
Yep. Then we have our first tunnel here. We're doing English cucumbers. I'll add the netting once they start to really take off. So we did a couple store-bought ones, and then you can see the seeds that we planted just sprouted. So we'll have 4 cucumber plants on each side.
This is very early on in the season for our garden, so everything's just starting to come up or hasn't quite come up yet. So we'll do another review on this later on in the season. But this is, you know, kind of the kickoff of the growing season around here.
So then we have our herb garden here. We did 2 different kinds of basil. We're gonna be putting in a lemon balm that I haven't gotten yet. And then over on this side, we have orange mint that's really taken off. This is very small when I planted it about a month ago. Barbecue rosemary. The chives I've had for about 10 years. They come back every single year, no matter where I plant them. Some Greek oregano, some parsley, and some dill here in the back.
And what do we have in the tents over here?
So we did 3 berry bushes in the tents. We did a strawberry, a raspberry, and a blueberry this year. The strawberries were off to a little bit of a rocky start, but there is 1 strawberry.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. And a lot of flowers over here. There was a plant that did die. I replaced it with this one in the front, so we'll see what happens. I've never done them before, so it'll be a learning experience. The raspberries are looking good. For the most part, there's some yellowing of the branches back there, but I think they'll be pretty good. And the blueberry looks great, so I'm hoping in the next couple of years that this is a good producer for us. Back in the corner, I just have a sunflower and some snapdragons.
We also have a little snake friend that likes to hang out back here in this corner, so we have to watch out for him. He's just a water snake, and he's actually a friendly water snake.
Yeah.
A lot of them are not, but this one is pretty friendly.
And in the back of the garden, we have some lilies that just really bloomed the last couple of weeks here. And then this is our zucchini bed here with a trellis.
We've got zucchinis, marigolds.
It looks like every zucchini I planted germinated. Our next set of tunnels here, we did melons, so we did cantaloupe and watermelon. You can see they're just starting to come up. Not all of them germinated, but they look pretty good.
These are the watermelons here, and then the cantaloupes in this bed.
Can we get Andrew out?
Not right now, I'll be right over, okay?
And then we got one more bed on the end here.
We're gonna do pickling cucumbers. I planted these seeds about a week ago. Doesn't look like any of them have sprouted yet.
All right.
Then we did 3 beds of tomatoes, 2 San Marzanos on the end, a cherry tomato in the middle. The San Marzanos make amazing sauce, so we went with 2 of them this year instead of 1. Around the San Marzanos, we did radishes. They didn't really come up as great in the second bed, but you can see here in the first bed, they are really coming up, and they're already starting to turn red at the root there.
Oh,
So
there's a lot of radishes in that
yeah,
bed.
looking forward to pulling those. They take about 30 days until they're ready, so we probably have about 15 more days for those.
So these 2 end beds are San Marzano, and that's cherry tomatoes.
In the cherry tomato bed, we planted shallots around them, so you can sort of see them starting to come up, these long green stems. We have 2 more tents here. The hydrangea and the lettuce were not loving the full sun situation down here. It's looking a little rough. Found these tents on Amazon. They're very similar to the berry tents, except they block a lot of sun, but they still let some sun in. I just put them up 2 days ago, so we'll see if we can maybe revive the hydrangea, and the romaine lettuce over here.
Kids have a little playhouse here.
In this tiered bed, we are doing giant zinnias on top and 2 rows of radishes. I just planted them a week ago. They're already popping through. Some more marigold, just some random pots of different plants. And we have another tomato plant. These are all peppers here in the front. So we have, I started these from seedlings inside a few months ago. They've held on. These are called Fulju jalapenos. So they look like jalapenos, but they're not hot. Then we did a poblano. We have a couple of pepper plants. We have a red, a snackabelle, and an ace pepper here with marigolds in the front to keep the pests away. The front beds, these I'm most impressed with. These are Italian green beans, and they have come up so quickly. I think I planted them not even 2 weeks ago, and they're already several inches high, and almost all of them germinated.
So green beans, peppers,
And carrots.
and carrots.
And they're coming up.
Oh
very
wow,
well.
look at all the carrots.
Yeah, they're coming very well too. So I'll have to thin them out once they get a little taller. And then over here in this corner, we have a pollinator garden. So some bee balm, lavender, butterfly weed, and yarrow to attract butterflies and bees, and hopefully some hummingbirds too.
Okay. So that's the tour, huh? Is that it?
Yeah. Besides the beds coming for the zinnias and the dahlias, I'm going to do a couple grow bags in the front with more flowers, but that's it.
So more flower beds, but this is it for the vegetables, the fruits, and we will see what happens. It's really our first year. We grew a little bit last year, so this is our first year really expanding and getting more of a full garden in place. So we'll see what comes up, and we will keep adding on in the future. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up for today. So if you have any questions about the garden, please let us know. And Anthony, you wanna say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We will see you guys on the next one.